Welcome to the Depressy podcast.
I'm Missy.
And I'm Allie.
And we're sisters
in the mental health field.
Talking about all things stressy
and depressy. This is my first episode as a doctor.
Wow. So much has changed. I feel like we should do our disclaimer.
Okay, disclaimer. Literally my least favorite part. Because I don't think anyone is watching this for mental health advice. And if they are, don't be.
Don't.
This is just for educational purposes and for our friends and family who like us. And if you don't like us, you can still watch and leave a comment.
True.
And
It's true.
But
all press is good press.
I'm always ready to jump in, and then Missy's like, do the disclaimer. And I not want to do the disclaimer. Okay. Anyway, I'm in a pissy mood.
Yeah, Allie is not in a great mood right now.
In a terrible mood. And do you know why?
Why?
I'm going to try to share this with keeping the anonymity of the people who majorly ticked me off today. Because overall, they're being very helpful and kind. And it was in doing a good task for me that they literally hit my number one trigger, which is bringing dirt in from the outside. So these people, we asked them to take off their shoes while Lucas was not watching, did not take off their shoes one of the times. It's muddy and rainy outside. It brought mud dirt in all over our kitchen. Okay, whatever. That's easy enough to clean, but still annoying. But then downstairs, all over our rug, downstairs, our nice rug, there's muddy footprints everywhere. Went upstairs on the second floor, went into our bathroom. Our bath mat I have to go wash because they stepped on it with their muddy boots. Oh my God. It literally made me so upset. And I'm so upset about it. I just can't comprehend what world you're living in.
This could be your stressy depressy.
Yeah, I just truly can't comprehend, and I'm trying to regulate, and I literally can't because I'm so annoyed. Even though overall these people were here to do a good task for us and help us, so I am cognitively very appreciative of the things that they were doing and the reason why they were here. But Lucas knows, I've gone mad at him before. This has happened before. My biggest trigger in the world is when people don't take their shoes off and they bring in mud or dirt into the house. Because I'm the one that has to clean it. It's hard to get out. It gets everywhere. Cassie steps on it. I can't even begin. Thank you.
Well, I'm playing a tiny violin for you.
Thank you.
That's tough.
There's just been a lot of inconveniences in the last week that are really tiny violins that I'm just and another thing. And yeah, okay, I'm going to give you one right now that's a little mental health wise. So in New Jersey, they just passed a law that if you're on ADHD medication, you need to see your doctor in person every 3 months. What does that mean? I have to get a new doctor after 10 years because I'm going to New York.
Yeah.
And can't do telehealth anymore. That sucks. But before that, I'm going to go one more time this week. Then I have to drive up to Jersey, come back. Okay, whatever. I was peeling off the wallpaper in my apartment. As you can see, Jacob's going to be happy because he doesn't have to look at my wallpaper. But took a chunk of the wall out with it. Had to go to Home Depot, do the whole spackle, whatever. It's just, we have so many cockroaches in our apartment right now. Keep finding new ones. They're everywhere. We came back from our honeymoon to an infestation. I am just ready. Went to the VA to go get onboarded. Forgot my documents that I needed after trying to find parking for an hour. Yeah. There's just been so many minor inconveniences and an overall very happy and good time. So I should just be happy and fine. I'm just I know. Another thing.
I feel there's so much happening for you right now. I mean, we'll get into I feel this episode we're just going to be talking about all the transitions that we've had since really mainly Allie, but
I
like
know.
I guess both of us.
Overall good. I just like in a pissy mood right now, so I'm like, and another thing.
Yeah. No, I get that. Okay, my stressy depressy. I feel like I have like a few things like you, like
I know.
nothing
I
that
love
big,
it.
but just annoying. So you may notice that I'm coming to you today, au natural, like no makeup. I even just decided to go with it and just like not dry my hair either. So we're just like here fresh from
Wow.
the shower. Nothing has been done. Why, you may ask? Because you may recall, if you're really a deep, true fan, that I've been struggling with acne recently. What I thought was acne. Well,
Might still be acne, might not be acne. Like the jury's out. But
the jury's out. I haven't been diagnosed. Now I've been diagnosed by a real doctor, who's Allie, because she's graduated from medical school. But I haven't actually formally been evaluated. But Allie looked at it, and it's basically all around my mouth area, and it's just been like the past like I guess 6 to like 8 months at this point. And it was really confusing because I've had acne on and off for like kind of like since like going through puberty. And I kind of have like tried and true treatments that, yes, like over the years things have changed, but I've been to dermatologists. Like I have things that like have really worked for me over the years, and absolutely nothing was working for this. Like it was in fact almost seeming like it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And I just was piling on more and more treatments. I didn't know what was going on. And then Allie takes a look at it, and she was like, I wonder if it's this thing called perioral dermatitis, which looks a lot like acne.
or can
It can look like a lot like acne. Some people have it. It actually looks a little bit more like a rash, but if this is what it is, like my version does look a lot more like acne. But it's not acne, and it's actually more of like a rash, like skin reaction type thing, where it actually can react when you're using too many face products or you're using things that are too irritating. And it's not like the same as like an allergy. Like it's probably not like one thing that was setting it off, but just like everything all together. And I was just making it worse and worse and worse by throwing all this stuff at it. And the only way to pretty much cure it is to basically do what's called zero therapy or zero treatment, where you use absolutely nothing on your face. Like you wash it with water, and then I like pat it with a paper towel, and then I put like this extremely gentle like Vanna cream like moisturizer on, and that's all I've been doing for the past 3 weeks at this point, pretty much.
Do you feel like it's helping?
Yes, a lot. I mean, you may still be able to see it on camera. I actually think it's a little more inflamed today than it like has been. Like yesterday, the past few days, it was like very minimal.
Yeah, I think it's gone better.
It kind of waxes and wanes a bit, but I do think that it's helped a lot. And the crazy thing is, you read these like Reddit threads of people who have it, and they're like, yeah, you need to be doing this zero therapy for like at least 6 weeks. Like it might get worse before it gets better. Like it's not the kind of thing where, oh, right away you see a change. Like really takes a long time. And I was skeptical as someone with acne. Like if you would have told me like stop using a lot of your acne treatments, usually that would make my face get a lot worse. But actually this is making it get a lot better, which is what I think like probably signals that it maybe was, or who knows. But this seems to be on the right track. And then from there, once you kind of really get it like toned down, you can start adding in like a few more treatments. The related stressy depressy for me is that something that can trigger it is gel nails, which like my nails are, I'm sorry, like I'm just going to be judgmental toward myself. You can't even really probably even fully see if you're watching this. I do not have nice nails naturally. Like they are so short and brittle. Like I try to grow them. Like this is like the longest one right now. They just break right off, and I have to like peel them. They get dirt under them like so easily. I don't even know what I'm doing that's getting them so dirty, but they're constantly having like brown. I'm like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't have those cute clean girl nails that people can just have be.
It all comes
back. But I was like in this phase of being like, I love getting gel nails, and I'm kind of finally at a place where I'm doing this kind of semi regularly. And you know what? It costs money, but really makes me feel good and I love it. Now I might not be able to do it anymore. So
Here's what I'm
annoying.
just gonna say for viewers. Okay, just quick correction. Zero therapy can be a way to treat it. It's not the only way. And sometimes you
that.
can't get to the bottom, and talk to your dermatologist. I don't want to like put out that this is the way. It just can be helpful for some people.
Sure. This is back to this isn't medical advice. Don't take this as medical advice.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And for some people they're sensitive to like the gel nail, I think it's like the acrylate or something, I don't know in it.
Like the adhesive or something.
Yeah, something that it can be sensitive, and then obviously if you're touching around your face, which everyone does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
crazy. So that's been a journey, but it's been getting a bit better. But like, I feel like a few weeks ago, I would not have been able to, I would have been so self-conscious to like, be
Yeah,
on
no
camera
way.
without makeup. And yes, you can still see it a little bit, but it's like, it's so much better that in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is fine.
no, 100%.
Actually, quick anecdote. I feel like I should
knew
share.
you were gonna,
I
knew you were
know
gonna
you're
share
gonna-
this.
So this is when I was in the throes of feeling so self-conscious.
And
'cause
I
this
was literally on
several
my
weeks
honeymoon
ago.
trying to like, you know, make her feel better, and she's like,
I was like,
so
I feel
upset.
so
It's
ugly
like,
right now.
Missy,
Like
you're beautiful.
my
Like, don't-
acne was just, or my whatever it is, perioral oral dermatitis maybe, was just so inflamed, and I had stopped wearing makeup because it was like, I knew that at that point I was like, the makeup seems to only be making it 10 times worse. It's like making a deal with the devil where you cover it up, but then it gets 10 times worse when you take it off. And so I was like, I don't even know what to do. I'm so embarrassed to be in public. It's just like so inflamed. And then I was at the gym at my university, and my university, like I'm a grad student, but there's obviously a lot of undergrads there, and like this was like before finals where everyone was still there, and I was at the gym just minding my own business, and this undergrad boy just comes over and he goes, "Hey, you're really pretty." And I was like, "Thank you." And he goes, "Can I get your number?"
That's also like such an undergrad way to like ask someone out. Like, I can't describe it. Like,
I know. It was so sweet. I was like, "Oh, I'm actually married."
He's like,
And
oh.
he literally was deceased learning that information. I think he had, I didn't get into a whole conversation being like, "I'm actually 29 and like, I'm not an undergrad." I think he like definitely couldn't even comprehend that there would be, I think when you're an undergrad, like you just like, you have no concept of like anyone at your university who's not an undergrad.
Yeah,
and
no.
I think I look pretty young, like especially not wearing makeup. So I think he literally thought I was like a Mormon, like married so young. Like this 22-year-old is married.
No, genuinely.
But anyway, I was like, okay, that did boost my self-esteem a bit. That this sweet boy came over to
Guess who else is married? Me.
Who? Yeah.
I don't even remember when we last did an episode. I feel like it's just been like a
It
series.
came out like right after your wedding, but we filmed it right before.
Yeah. I got married. It was amazing. It was great. We went on a 3-week honeymoon, about 2 weeks in Japan and 1 week in Hawaii. Yeah, and then we got back. Cockroach infestation incoming. But
true.
we left our place nice. So I just think that they were like, they moved in because they saw like a vacancy.
Yeah.
And now we're here, and everyone's like, what do you do during your day? Because I'm technically not, well, no, I graduated last week. This week? Yeah, no, I literally
This past
graduated.
week. Yeah.
This past week. So I'm like, what do you do with your time? Somehow my day is filled, and like, of course, my day is filled with Animal Crossing. But also, again, it's like packing, my wall falls apart,
Sure.
random chores, getting onboarded is like a whole thing. Laundry. Okay, laundry is a full-time job. Dropping things off at the dry cleaner, that's a full-time job. A lot of nothing, but also I'm just like, I'm actually like overall very happy. I think I genuinely just like in a pissy mood. But yeah. that kind
Things
of
are going pretty well for you right now, but
also, we can kind of take it. Should we take it kind of like thing by thing that's happened?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I got married.
Yes.
How did you feel like the wedding went?
I thought the wedding was great. You got so lucky with the weather. So Allie's wedding was April 11th. And,
yes,
if you know that date, like in the Northeast, that is really hit or miss for weather.
Yeah.
It could be literally freezing rain. I know because Jacob's birthday is actually the next day. So I pay attention to that time of year a lot. Like we've literally had freezing rain on his birthday, and I'm wearing a sundress. We're like all outside on his birthday. So it can be anything in between. And Allie had like the nicest, it was like high 60s and sunny. Great. And we were all outside for the ceremony, which we thought was a very low chance. It was just beautiful. Like people were on good behavior. Like it was good.
Oh my God. Overall, people on good behavior. There was like last minute family drama, let's say, by like annoying people in the family. But it's like, you know who you are. But
no, but like on the day, I think it was just like.
But on the day was fine.
Yeah.
I had a day of coordinator and like cannot allure weddings and events.
Gosh.
Courtney,
we're gonna tag her because
she's the
was
best
a hero
through and through. Just like, so I genuinely like don't know how I would get through the day without her. Like just little things that I'm like, I don't know how to pin a veil in. Like, I don't know how you didn't miss at your wedding. There was
someone at I think like my venue came with more people like who were kind of filling different parts of her role.
Got it. Yeah.
So we had someone who was like a bridal attendant who just came with the venue. We didn't like pay for her or anything.
Okay.
And so she like placed my veil. She bustled me, like all that stuff.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't have had someone like that. And she took the veil to the venue. So when I got there in my dress and I was about to go walk to do the first look, I was feeling very overwhelmed in that moment because I walk into this room and everyone's there and everyone wants to talk to me and I'm like already like, okay, like whatever. And she just like had the veil ready and like had the pins ready to go to like pin in my hair. I can't describe that like little bit of like, okay, now I'm going to walk you to where you're going to go. Like I didn't have to like do the mental energy at all. Also, and okay, I genuinely loved my photographer for how the photos came out and how kind and lovely she was to work with and like the whole team. I have nothing bad to say about that. I will just say that like one of my biggest stress points was in thinking about my wedding was the photos. I wanted to be very regimented with people in the family that were going to ask for more photos, ask for different photos, not going to be overall just get stressed about photos. I wanted a very regimented, here's a list of exactly what and the order of the photos.
So
and
it's these people get in, these people get in.
The timeline. And if you're not there, you're missing the photos. Like, and we genuinely had people miss the photos because they were late. And it's like, sorry. We're not waiting for anyone. If you're in the bathroom, your photo's called, like, you know when you go. But the photographer's like, okay, what should we do first? And I'm like, girl, we had like literally a 30-minute phone call. For like 20 minutes of it was me being like, please have the list. I sent her the list, sent her the timeline, told her how important this was to me. So that was like stressful, but then of course Courtney like jumps right in and like she's like, I have the list and is like ready to shout out everything. So I'm just like having someone like little things. Oh my gosh, like I can't even, those are like, also, I will literally tell the story, but someone that is a loose cannon, everyone's got that person in their family who's very difficult, tried to get on the bus or like the shuttle with the bridal party and parents of, and like people who were in the wedding. So like the speakers tried to get on that bus, which was an hour before his bus. So like, I don't know in what world. Like, I told him specifically, he didn't even know about this bus. I told him specifically the time that it was leaving, when to be in the lobby. Like, so I don't know how this happened, but just, like, obviously thinks he's more important to this wedding, or I don't know what's going on. Courtney eyes that right away, and she makes up the thing where she's like, I'm gonna do roll call, and then she's like, and if you didn't hear her name, you're on the wrong bus. And he's like, oh well. So like it was like a nice way of like kicking him off the bus. Like didn't have to think about that. Like just family dynamics, things like that. Like just having someone. I could just go on and on. That was amazing.
She was amazing. Also, just to shout out, she had a baby like 4 months ago.
Wild.
And she just a rock star. Like she's like has her like pumps in, like obviously covered and everything. Like
no, but I'm obsessed with her.
It's incredible. Like this woman is super. We were both like. I mean, yeah, not to be like, I feel like you can, overhype the idea of a woman who does it all. And obviously women should also have the opportunity to like rest and all of that.
Just remember literally being like, are you exhausted? Because I was so exhausted after my wedding. I literally could not like stand. Like I was a sight to be seen. I've genuinely never in my life been so tired ever. I was sitting on this chair and she's like with her lovely assistant still going around packing things up. She packed things up so nicely. I literally was like, oh, I guess the guest book like didn't make it out because it was in its original packaging back in like the plastic like cover in its box. And I was like, oh, it wasn't opened. Like, no, of course she just like pristinely packaged everything up to the point where I thought that they were unopened. Like that is the level of detail. And I remember her like just continuing to work and I was like, aren't you like how you have been up with like she came early too and she's like, oh, I'm just running off adrenaline. Literally I'm like, oh my god, insane.
She was incredible. If you should book her if you're looking for a day of coordinator in the Philly area
with Allure weddings and events. Oh my gosh, like don't look any further. Like
she truly was a dream.
I'm like, can we hang out socially? Like,
I know, literally. I'm like, I just loved her as a person, but she did the job so well. Like, even when Allie's bustle was really complicated. Like, it was like,
oh my God, yes.
really difficult to do. And I was there, my aunt was there, we were both helping with it. And we
had a video really of how to do it. And couldn't.
And she came in and she whips out like a crochet hook from like her pocket, like just has that there casually. And she's like doing the whole thing. Like she again saved the day. Just all these little things that you don't think about if you don't have someone, if your venue doesn't, I don't think it's that common like mine did to have someone who is built in doing that sort of thing. I think it's more
common in New Jersey for whatever reason, like those packages, but I don't know. Not a lot of the Pennsylvania ones that I was looking at.
For whatever reason, but she was so good. Yeah, so that was a highlight.
Insane. But
it was just beautiful too. Like the flowers, the venue was just so beautiful.
Yeah. I will say I'm going to give my little pieces of advice to people. Which, okay, I think it was a little bit unique that once I was in my dress and veil, I still walked around a lot. Like it wasn't just like we have a little photo op in this one corner and that's it. Like I was freaking hiking because we were in this park where I got married. So we were like doing different scenery stuff. So my feet started to hurt. I was like swallowed up by this giant dress and the veil. And I definitely started to feel overwhelmed. And okay, I love the photos of me in my veil. So I wouldn't necessarily say like for sure go back and change that. But honestly, I got the advice of like wear your veil during the photos because you don't get a lot of photos in your veil otherwise. Right. During the rest of the night, you're not in your veil. Think about in your head if you might get like, I started to get like overwhelmed by my veil. And I remember finally someone, when we were taking group photos, was like, why don't you just take it off? And I was like, yeah, why don't I take it off? And I felt a lot better. Like I could move more once I took it off. It, I was so worried about it falling. It was like pulling. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm like, I should have bustled it before the wedding. Like, I felt like genuinely there was like such a difference between Allie before I put on my dress and Allie after I put on my dress.
I know.
It's solely because I was like lack of independence. Like, I literally felt disabled. Like, hate to say, like, not in any type of way, just like, I could not do things by
You
myself
weren't as
anymore.
mobile. Yeah, I
Couldn't just
mean,
walk
that's
around.
interesting.
My feet were hurting and my shoes are like for some reason already because I'm like walking a lot. And I think that was kind
Yeah.
of, again, unique to the fact that like I'm getting ready at a different place and then I'm like going to the venue and walking
You're in
around
a
a lot.
car,
But
the park rather.
if I could change it, I would go back and bustle my dress right away and then take it down for the ceremony and then I can rebustle it. Like it
Interesting.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be my advice. Okay.
Well, that's
Yeah.
interesting for me to think because my dress was much like slimmer. Like it was, I kind of, something that I did like about it was that it was super mobile. Like it wasn't very big. It was just kind of like a straight down
Yeah.
kind of drape. And it was a lot. I mean, obviously it had a train. So in the photos beforehand, if I was walking around, I had to like pick it all up. But even that wasn't that much. Like I think you had a lot more
Yeah.
weight and tool that you had to be picking up. And I wore my veil for family photos, but that was just in one spot. Like I wasn't moving around. And then I didn't wear my veil for like all the photos before that. Like when Jacob and I did like our first look in our version of the like we're walking all around a park and taking photos.
Yeah.
I didn't have my veil for that, which part of me is sad looking back because I'm like, oh, I loved my veil. I do wish
Yeah.
that I had more photos in it in some ways, but it probably did make it just so much easier to
Yeah.
get through.
I'm not against it, honestly, a little bit. I'm just like, okay, I should have just taken off right after the
Yeah.
first look photos and stuff. though. I
Right,
didn't need
right,
to like
right.
then
No, that
wear
makes
it
sense.
back to the group photos and whatever. But yeah, I still loved my dress. Absolutely love it. It just was like when I still needed to be like, okay, for the ceremony, you don't need to be that mobile. Like you're just walking down the
Yeah.
aisle, right? And then you walk back. And then as soon as I was bustled, I felt super free and great. Like
Okay,
moved easy and perfect. So I don't know. It really was just that would be my random advice that if you are going to be taking like a lot of scenic first look photos, like we were walking around this park, bustle your dress before you can do that.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing is it's like it just doesn't look as regal in photos, you know, but
I guess.
I guess
don't know.
make the
I have a lot
calculation.
of photos because then literally I feel like I was in such a better mood after this ceremony and I was bustled. I was like, I think the photographer, like, genuinely, I think I scared her a little bit with being a little bit, like, because we were, like, starting to run over time, and, like, my fear was, like, people seeing me, and we're, like, outside
before the
taking group
ceremony.
photos, and, like, people already arriving, and I'm, like,
yeah.
can we just take individual photos, and, like, sorry, it's just, like, almost, for, like, the time, like, we need to go, and then I'm, like, freaking out as we're, like, going back inside, because
Yeah.
I feel like people are gonna see me, and I'm, like, kind of acting a little, like, we have to stay on time. Then I have to pee, and I'm like, whatever. Mom kept touching me. I was like, and touching other people. I was like, please, hands to yourself. I was getting overwhelmed. But then ceremony in the dress was absolutely fine. I loved the way my dress looked in the ceremony. And I do love the photos, like, honestly, of my dress down. So I don't know. But
Yeah.
maybe, like, I don't know. That would just be, like, my
Or
one
maybe
thing.
think about like, yeah, just think about the timing and the structure of the day. Like these are just things that you don't think about. And yeah, I think like based on this, like for me, I'm glad that I didn't have my veil for all those earlier photos. And I also like, I liked the dress in general, but I did really like the concept of having a dress that was super easy to move around in. That
Yeah.
wasn't very big. And I do get why people who have a bigger dress, like a ball gown dress, for instance, like change into another dress for the ceremony, the reception. And to me, I was always like, I don't want to do that because you get so little time in your dress. Why would you ever cut that short? Like, why change? But I get it if you're like in this
Now I
big
get it.
dress. And
I
that's
will
really what
say-
you have your heart set on, then maybe, yeah, you want to change for later. So it's
I
easier.
loved my dress. It was so sad. Well, okay, I was so tired at the end of the day, and I couldn't get out of it because it was bustled so well, and you couldn't unzip it without unbustling it. So I'm like actually had to find one of my crochet hooks and unbustle
Wow.
myself. And Lucas was like trying to help. I'm like delirious tired. Like, so getting out of the dress wasn't as emotional because I was like, get me
Get
out of
this
here.
off of me.
But
Yeah.
then it just was like sitting on our floor. And I was so sad because
Yeah.
I ended up putting it on one more time. I think either like the next day or the day after, just being like, oh my God, here
I
she
know.
is.
No, I really
Never
was
to be
so
worn again.
sad to take off my dress. I was like,
What?
I'm gonna wear her again. Like,
Okay,
I know.
but all that being said, how much I'm obsessed with my dress, love my dress. I think it was absolutely perfect. About, like, my wedding ended at 10, about 9 p.m., really dancing. It was so hot. Like, in a ball gown, like, with sleeves.
Yeah.
It was so hot. I just felt the sweat beads, like, on my stomach. Like, I felt wet. And I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, I was in the moment. I was having fun. But and I'm happy, totally fine with the fact that I didn't have a second dress. But now I see it. Now I see why people change. And I'm like, oh. Because honestly, I don't know whether or not. I think I would still just choose to wear my dress because it's your dress and you only get to wear it once.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I was like overwhelmed. Like, it was just like, oh, I understand now why people wear a second dress.
Do that. No, I had a friend who got married in this like beautiful ball gown dress that was really big, and then I remember she changed like not right at the beginning of her reception. It was maybe like midway through, and I actually felt like it made such a difference because earlier on, she literally couldn't move around the dance floor. She would be like trapped in one area, and people would obviously all want to go dance where the bride is, and she literally could not easily move around. But then when she changed her dress, she was like bopping all around the dance floor because she could kind of slink through. And I felt like I got so much more time with her like after she changed because it was just easier. So I think if you want the dress for your ceremony, that's like the big dress, I think it could make sense. But but I
feel like mine bustled really well. Like once I was bustled,
yours was more of an in between. It was like
it really was
A-line. It was just more had like tulle underneath. Like
yes,
mine was just fully
that
draped
tulle up. It was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The other big memory from your wedding for me, unfortunately, is how tired I was.
Oh my gosh, that was bad.
Literally feel like I was running on pure fumes that day.
So wait, I feel like we need to tell. I'm gonna just start.
We're gonna tell the full story.
The full story of first of all starting with we went back to the hotel room and Erin was there, like kind of getting some stuff for the next day because Erin was our officiant.
Yeah,
and like the person she is, so great. She's double checking everything. So I have the envelope with like I have like our speech or I don't even know. Yeah, like our vows and like stuff like that. And she's like opening things up and she looks at the envelope with our like wedding certificate, marriage license. Not in there. It's just not in there. And I was like, okay. So Lucas and my brother Alex ran back to my apartment and I had an idea of where it could be. And it literally, at first, Lucas was like, oh, this isn't it. Because it looks like a receipt. It's folded up to be like this length, like just like a tall, almost looking like a receipt, yellow paper that has a receipt on it. It's literally like, okay, you paid $100, like whatever amount paid that, okay, owed $0. So he like takes it out and then he's like, it's not here. And then he looks back and he's like, opens it, he like unfolds it, and that is the marriage license. Like, it looks like a receipt. So now I know why. Whatever, I'm glad I kept it. Okay, they brought it back. So first crisis averted. I was like, thank you.
No, but for me, this goes back another night. I know this story is.
I was gonna start within the mouse.
Oh yeah, but then I'll go back in time more. The mouse was another thing, yeah.
Then Missy and Jacob, one of them found a mouse in the room.
No, Jacob calls me because I'm up there with Allie, and Jacob calls me and goes, a mouse just ran through our room. And I was like, are you joking right now? Like, you all know our saga with the mouse, which actually I have an update for you all. But
what?
Well, it's not an update for you, but it's an update for the pod that a few weeks ago, almost a month ago, we did see a mouse run through our apartment again. Only one time. And since then, we have not heard or seen anything, which like last time we had a mouse, we very much heard and saw things. So I don't know. It was a one-time thing. I really don't know what happened. But anyway, but yeah, this also happened in the hotel room. and that Jacob was staying in, because I had been staying with Jacob in like our hotel room, but then the night before the wedding I stayed with Allie in like her suite. So I was like, oh my God, okay. So then I had to go down with Jacob, and like we did get some money off the room, which is nice, but obviously it was like a little distressing. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's just gonna be in
what
there.
happened the night before with your sleep? You just
The
couldn't
night
sleep?
before was just that in general I've been having insomnia, which has been a continued thing for me. Though like I think getting better, knock on wood, but the night before, basically what I've been experiencing is like I can fall asleep completely fine. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and then just not be able to get back to sleep. So that happened the night before your wedding, like 2 nights before your wedding. I got like 5 hours of sleep because I woke up at like 3 a.m. or something and literally could not get back to sleep until like the morning came and I hadn't fallen back asleep. So I was like, okay, that sucks. I'm pretty tired, but one night of bad sleep is fine. Whatever. I'm so tired that I'm sure I'm going to sleep so soundly for Allie's wedding, right?
Soundly is
So
the key word.
I was doing great. I was sleeping
And
really
then
well.
in
And
our hotel
all
room,
of a sudden,
bang,
bang, bang, bang.
It sounds like someone's banging on the door
to try to get in. Like
Missy,
I was like,
checks
is there an
the
emergency?
Door, checks
like
outside, nothing. Bang, bang, bang. And it's at these like not regular intervals. So it's
like it really
it'll be
sounds
like every
something
30 seconds
banging.
and then it'll be a minute. But
Yeah.
it's never a long time. And then I wake up to this. Thankfully I have my headphones, but I keep waking up to it. It's like,
yeah, it was. We
all through the
realized
night.
that we think that it was pipes in the bathroom making this noise, but it was so loud.
It sounded like someone was banging on our door really loud.
And literally, I just couldn't get back to sleep again. Like, it was like, again, 3 a.m. I woke up. And literally, I think I might have fallen asleep at some point for like 30 minutes before we had to get up in the morning at like 7. But that's about it. Like, I literally was just like, I got out of bed. I was like reading for a while. I got a snack. Sometimes that helps me like rest and
love
digest,
a snack. That really
get
does.
back to sleep. Like it does sometimes work. Nope. Like I think also I just did have a lot of like adrenaline for the next day. I was already kind of excited, but oh my God, I felt like wide awake in the night. It just wasn't even possible for me to get to sleep really. So then I had 2 nights of like 5 hours and I was so tired. I literally feel like the day of your wedding, I was like, hello. Like I really felt like I just had to like turn it on and just like truly run on fumes.
That was no bueno. Yeah, so we both were so tired at the end of the night.
Yeah, because even though you hadn't had the longer thing of no sleep, like, yeah, just even that night before your wedding, you did not get a ton of sleep because of that banging. And obviously it's your wedding day.
Crazy.
It's just so exhausting in general.
Oh my God, I've genuinely never been so tired. And I woke up the next morning. We had our Sunday brunch, which was really nice. But again, so tired. I like genuinely like could not get off the couch. Like so tired. Oh my God. Exhausted.
Truly wild. Then you went on your honeymoon.
That was good. Everyone should go to Japan. I'm actually like missing it so much, like craving these specific seaweed chips that they had. Like I miss it so much. I miss the 7-Elevens. I miss everything about it. I wish I were in Japan right now. Hawaii was good too, but we were going partially because Lucas had a conference there. So he was going to the conference, but also for like physics, it was right at the hotel, so it was super easy. But because the hotel room was paid for and like his flights were paid for and like he had like a per diem for food and stuff, we were just trying to like be very frugal while we were there. So like we kind of were, the only thing we did was like we went off to like go snorkel. We were on the Oahu and we stayed in Waikiki at like the Hilton Village there, which was nice, but of course like everything's so expensive, so we're like trying to make the per diem stretch, you know. And so I feel like we like did it wrong, you know, like if
Right,
we just wanted
right.
like a beach vacation, right? Like we could have gone to like Florida or like the Caribbean or
Right.
whatever. So it was a very like I'm like Hawaii's overrated, which I hate to say that because obviously it's like such a beautiful culture and like if we had gone anywhere but the most like populous tourist area, it would have been like amazing and wonderful just like for what we did. I'm like there's a lot of money just to lay on the beach. Like
Yeah. No, totally.
but the beach
And you
was
just
amazing.
loved Japan too, so I feel like
I
anything
know.
after that was just like not gonna do
No,
it.
and then you're going from somewhere that's like so cheap. Like we'd have these like amazing
Yeah.
dinners for like $10, and then like you could not get any meal like under $30. Like really, it
Yeah.
maybe 25.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. We like went to Target to get like lunch stuff, like deli meat and stuff because genuinely we were like, I can't.
We can't afford
We
this.
cannot
Yeah.
get like another $30 sandwich. Like, and then to like sit on the beach, their umbrellas were like $45 a day. So we thought we were being so, you know, like frugal. We went to like the store and got an umbrella, like a beach umbrella for like $20. And we're like, that's called gaming the system. It broke within 5 minutes of using it.
Oh no.
So now, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it was very nice though, and it was beautiful weather, and ocean is amazing. We were just ready to come home. Then Lucas had his graduation, and my brother Alex also has his master's graduation. So it was same day, same place, just one after another. So that was easy. But that was like everyone came down and we did lunch and dinner and all of that stuff.
Although we didn't come down, sad.
Oh my God, I forgot. There's like been so many events that I'm like,
We've come
who
down
was
to
there
Philly
for
now
what?
twice for our dad's birthday and also for your
And then
graduation.
we celebrated. Yeah, my dad loves, and I love this place too, but it's so convenient for us because it's right in Philly. Other people have to like drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to get here. But there's this dim sum place that we're obsessed with that my dad primarily is obsessed with too. So he wanted to do that for his birthday. So everyone came down to Philly for his birthday, came back up. Then the next week it was my graduation, which was this past week. So everyone came down for that. And then it was Lucas's birthday yesterday and his parents came down today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We sadly did not come down because maybe you can hear it or you've seen me coughing here and there a little bit. This is part of why we haven't done a Depressy episode in a while, because obviously Allie was on her honeymoon, had her wedding honeymoon, and then we were like, great, we'll do another episode when she gets back. But Jacob and I have been sick for it will literally be 3 weeks for me on Tuesday if I still have any symptoms. And Jacob is pretty much symptom free at this point, and he also was sick for a full, I think over 3 weeks he had it. It was the slowest burn where it started with like pretty mild symptoms. Like I lost my voice and that was like basically it, but I like felt totally fine. We both were like, oh, this is just super mild. And then about like a week and a half in for me and like 2 weeks in for Jacob, it just completely nosedived. Like we both thought, okay, we're just on the tail end of this super mild thing that's just been like brewing for forever. We both then got like fever, super congested, like cough that's just like endless and will not go away. Mine is finally, knock on wood, going away a bit, and Jacob's is fully gone now. But anyway, the day of like Alex and Lucas's graduation was like the day I had a fever, and I was like, so sorry, I will not be coming to this.
Yeah.
Which is very sad, but it just
honestly saved yourself a lot of boringness. I mean, watching them obviously is like so nice, but like, I mean, we really as a society need to like get these speeches shorter. Like it is.
I feel like people feel now, having been to a few commencements, or I guess like I watched the live stream of theirs, I just went to yours. Like I feel like people feel that they need to speak for a long time just to fill the space or something, and it's just bad 9 times out of 10. Like
the best moment of any graduation was my graduation when someone got an award, like a faculty member, and they just sat right back down. Didn't say a word. Of course, the next person to get an award like blabbered on for like 10 minutes, but I'm like, that man deserves every award he gets because he knows he went up and got it and sat his butt back down. And I was like, You're going to get even more claps from me, sir. Like, thank you.
Oh my God. I hate to say it. It was a very, very big theater. I was in the third row, like of like the third balcony. Like there was a balcony below us and our balcony. Like there's no way we could be seen from the stage. I want to preface this. I did pull out my Kindle and I did start reading during Allie's.
It was
because
fun.
I was like, these speeches are really bad and I'm not trying to be rude.
I'm talking 20 plus minutes
of things that like they'd kind of repeat. Like think if you watch Friends, like the loving, giving, receiving, like Joey's speech, like literally it would be like, medical students, you need to care and give, and that give. AI will not replace the caring and giving.
And let me tell you a story about that, because when you think of patients, do you think of caring and giving, or do you think of AI? I'm like, oh my God. So thank God I'm sitting next to like one of my friends, just happens alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would be it would just be terrible. But it's also like somehow just less boring when it is yours. Like it's very boring, but at least like when you're watching the names being read and everything, like I know most of those people, you know, so like all of that stuff like goes by quicker. But another thing I will say, like I observed, is just like everyone else, like I'm like, oh wow, this is like a really big deal for people to like become a doctor. This is not to say that it's not like a huge accomplishment and such a big deal. Like that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I'm like, wow. Like, I guess everyone's like, I don't feel any different now that I'm a doctor than I did 2 days ago. I have the same information in my head. Right. I feel the same person. All of that stuff. Matching felt different for me. But I don't know. I'm like seeing all these Instagram posts and my classmates crying and I'm like, wow. Like, I can't describe it. Like, okay. For me, I've never felt like medicine is like a calling. Like, I just love bio. I really love learning about medicine. I like working with patients. I'm really excited to work in psychiatry. Like, but I have a lot of other things about my life that I like too. Like, my cat, hanging out with my family. Like, just like, I can't describe it. Like, just, I feel like I have other things going on in my life. Not like big things. Like, I'm not like a freaking like Olympic athlete or something, like genuinely like there's not like all
you
these
just had
other
your wedding things. You've just had a lot of like other
I just feel like I've had a lot of other things going on and I'm just like happy in my life outside of this. So like for me, I'm just like, I feel very proud of myself and I feel like maybe I just like will get like a little more like not respect, like I don't need that, but just like the idea of like if I tell someone legit, something and I'm like, a doctor, like I feel more legit. But I'm like, I don't feel, maybe I'm like, I don't feel fully like a doctor or like I don't feel fully any different or any type of way. I feel like I'm realizing, I don't feel like I'm realizing this like long-standing dream. I just feel like this was like a stepping stone to do a job that I'm really excited about. Like,
I also think like for me, I don't know if this is true for you, I don't tend to process things in the moment like that. I process it once I'm doing the next thing that we're all celebrating. Like I feel like this has come up for me because I recently just had my last days like in my lab and in my program, and it's like a little bit weirder for me because it's like my research is constant and it always continues, and it's not like now I'm like cleanly on break. But I did have my last days like going to lab meeting and all of that, and I mean it was so sweet. Like we had like celebrations, also celebrating like graduating senior undergrads in my lab. My advisor's like giving like a whole like speech about my contributions to the lab. Like people are tearing up, which is like so sweet.
Like, wow.
And I'm sitting there stone cold. Like I'm just like, okay,
I'm like pretending. I'm putting on a show. These people are crying around me like,
what's wrong with me? But
I'm like, wow, congrats guys, we made it. Like, and I'm like, well, I didn't know if I was gonna make it. Like, this is not me being like any type of way. Like, I knew I was gonna make it, or like any type of like this was easy.
No, it's not like, oh, this isn't meaningful to me. But I think that I will feel sad once like I see, oh, my lab is all like meeting without me now. Like I'm not going in for these things that I used to enjoy. Like that is when it will hit me, when I'm doing something different. And like even when I was younger and I used to do theater, like on the last night of the performances, like every
Everyone
kid used
would
to be
cry, and I'm like,
crying. They'd be like,
whatever,
"Oh, I'm gonna
guys."
miss you all so much," and I'd be like,
I know.
again, stone cold. I'd have to like fake it, but then
No,
like the next
literally.
week
That's a good
when
example.
I wasn't going to rehearsal and I was missing everyone, I would just cry like alone in my room. I'd be like, this sucks. Like, I don't get to hang out with any of my friends. But like in the moment, it just doesn't hit me. I don't know why. Like, I just
Yeah,
don't get
I
that.
do think it's a combination of that and like genuinely reading people's Instagram captions. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I agree. I am someone who doesn't really get sentimental at these big events and then tend to feel myself getting emotional at random like things that will happen. Like even
Yeah.
today, for example, I ran into my friend, shout out Shelby. I don't think she watches this, but love you, girl. And I was like, oh, I'm not just like gonna walk around and see my friends anymore.
Yeah,
Like in Philly.
yeah.
This is an act. I feel like I literally cannot leave my apartment without running into someone I know. Oftentimes, like someone I'm friends with, just because I've been to undergrad here, I've worked jobs here, and now I'm in med school here. Worked in a ton of hospitals around here now. Like, genuinely, I feel like I know a lot of people living right near me. So I'm like constantly, whenever I leave, like running into people I know, and it's so fun. So, like, honestly, I did get a little sad when I was like, oh, when are you leaving? She's like, Thursday. I'm like, yeah, this is maybe the last time I'm ever gonna see you. Like, she's moving to Texas. Like, that is sad. But, so, like, I do think it comes up in random ways. But then I'm reading people's Instagram posts, and they have, like, the last slide will be of, like, them as, like, a 6-year-old with, like, a fake stethoscope around their neck. And I'm like, they're like, this is a dream come true. Like, what a privilege. Okay, of course it is such a privilege. But, like, I am not that girl that's like always wanted to be a doctor and this is like the realization of like
Right.
some big dream. Have I worked so hard for this and like blood, sweat, and tears for this? Yes. Oh my gosh. So many crash outs to get to this moment. Cannot believe like how long I have been working towards this goal. But like the goal has never just been to like graduate med school. Like to me the goal is to like do the job. So like I'm just excited to like get to be a psychiatrist. Like I don't
Yeah.
feel like, oh my god, I'm a doctor. Like that was the goal
Yeah.
ever. Like the goal wasn't to like graduate med school, if that makes sense. Like I'm like, okay, this is like something that
Sure.
I've done. This is just another stamp in the direction. Like same thing as graduating college and taking the MCAT and like all these
Yeah.
like, yes, it's a big moment, but I'm like, all right. And then also I'm like, I don't see this as like the biggest part of my identity. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just, like a part of me. So like the whole like, which I don't, this is not to say also that these people see it as their whole identity, but I'm like, wow. I think I'm the weird one that I'm not getting as emotional.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more of an outlier too. And I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I think most people that I tend to notice are like feeling it in the moment. And yeah, I feel like I've just never been that kind of person. I don't know. And so I always am like, oh my gosh, I must seem like so like,
Callous. I'm like, all right,
Callous.
guys. Can we?
yeah.
I'm so hot in this freaking graduation regalia. Like, I need to get out of it. Whereas, like, other people are
Right.
like, I can't take it off. It's so, like, I can't believe it.
Totally. Yeah.
You know, like,
it's
I'm like, it's so
insane.
hot. Like,
Um,
I mean, yeah, super exciting, but it's kind of just one moment to me. And also, yeah, that's my wrap up. And now that takes us to today, where I'm feeling a lot more grounded about the mud in my apartment. I do
Good.
have to go clean the carpet downstairs, but I put the carpet spray down and
That's good. I also just wanted to share an anti-stressy, depressy update that I have wavy hair.
oh my
Come
god,
please.
this is huge, guys. I
Yeah.
genuinely am like very confused because Missy's always had this like pin straight
Really
hair.
straight hair. And here's what started to happen. This was, I would say, probably starting, it's like May now that we're recording, end of May. And I would say, honestly, over 6 months ago is when I started, because I blow dry my hair a lot, especially in the winter. Like, I don't want to go out with wet hair. I'm blow drying my hair, and I'm noticing that it's getting more annoying to blow dry. Like, I used to just kind of be able to be like, okay, like, and it's all straight. I don't need to do any type of brushing to really get it to be straight, that I know friends with like wavy or curly hair really have to like make it straight. And it would dry still with the blow dryer with like this little wave in it. And this has been going on for a while. And then I just started to experiment. Or maybe it was that I've been in a few situations now where I don't have my blow dryer, or I don't blow dry it for whatever reason. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's drying kind of wavy. Like, what's going on with this? And I really don't know what's going on with it. I feel like a few people have asked me if I'm pregnant. I'm like, it's been over 6 months.
I was genuinely...
Allie literally was like, are you pregnant? I'm like, it's been like, I'm 6
on
months.
My period.
Literally. I was also like, I don't have a bump to show for you since September.
No,
so,
literally.
or at this point, like
I
baby.
keep trying to be like, but are you sure you're not pregnant? Like,
I know. So just want to put that out there for all the conspiracy theorists. Because I feel like, and I can even notice like people who wouldn't ask me when I tell them, oh my God, my hair's been wavy recently. They're like,
At my wedding, like, when we're having insomnia, I was like, oh, are you pregnant? She's like, I was like,
Allie, I did get my period the day of Allie's wedding, fun fact. So that was like it was fine. It was, you know, not to be too TMI, but like it was light. It wasn't anything crazy, but I handled it. But yeah, I was like, no, I'm telling you, this is just my hair now. I don't know what changed.
So Missy's going through changes. Acne.
Yeah. No, I literally feel like a teenager. Acne, but it's just my body's decided to do these things. Anyway, so that has been an anti-stressy depressy, because I've been a girl with straight hair, and I feel like you always want what you can't have, right? Like you always like are like, oh, like wouldn't it be fun to have like curly or wavy hair if you grew up with straight hair? And then if you grew up with wavy hair or curly hair, I know a lot of girls who like are like, oh, I always wished that I had straight hair, right? And so now me having this wavy hair, I'm like, this is so fun. Like I need to learn how to style it a bit more.
Do you think I feel like I have wavy hair.
Oh, okay. You definitely have wavy hair. Yeah.
Wavy hair, and I was supposed to say bitches. I'm always just like, what can we say verbally on this page? I don't know. But people want to say I don't have curly hair. I don't have wavy hair. It really, just for my own mental health, just told me I have wavy. You know, if you really want to help my mental health, tell me you have curly hair.
Your hair does curl. Like, your hair is wavier or curlier than mine.
I think that if I found the right routine, it would be curly. Because this, okay, viewers, you can see, for those just listening, you can see ringlets. No, I'm kidding. But
no, you see prominent waves in Allie's hair, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And mine is like less wavy than Allie's, definitely.
And I don't.
And it's mostly the top layer. Like, actually, the under. If I put my hair half up, half down, it looks straight. Like, it does not. The bottom layer is
okay,
like,
but
totally straight.
Honestly, I actually feel the opposite. Where that wasn't a good. My inner layer is usually like curlier than
that's interesting.
Outer layer. I feel like it's like warmer, like closer to my. I don't know. So then sometimes I put the top layer down. Like, okay, look, see, I just pick stuff up. I feel like that has more.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, I'm learning about how to style it.
Welcome to the Curly Girl Club.
I know. I'm like, I feel like I can't be
totally
officially
get green eyes. No.
Literally.
Missy and I were like, when we were teenagers, obsessed with the idea of like having green eyes, and it's like super unfair because my mom has like these like nice yellow hazel eyes, my brother has green eyes, and we were like, but if you look closely, maybe we have green eyes. Missy,
we have like, I have a little bit of green in mine. Like, mine aren't 100% brown, but yeah,
it's light. There's some hazel to my eyes, but I'm pretty sure that's the same with every other. But whatever. Again, for my mental health, just say whatever. I don't really care anymore.
Yeah, the eyes thing, I've accepted that one.
I've accepted
but although I am like, because Jacob and I both have family members with blue eyes, so like Jacob's dad has blue eyes, so he 100% has like the gene for that. We don't necessarily know. We have like, our grandma has blue eyes, for example. But when I was like a baby, I had blue eyes for apparently like a year. So I know a lot of babies have blue eyes, so who's to say? But they stuck for quite a while. So Maybe I have that gene, and like maybe we could have a child with blue eyes. Like, who's to
Yeah.
know? And
Lucas
Jacob's
has
eyes
blue
are
eyes.
like more green. Like they're more like mom's, I would say. So
We'll see.
yeah. Anyway, but
Thanks
yeah,
for
so
catching
that
up
I'll
with us. Next
leave
time
us
we'll
on that
talk.
uplifting note of our
Yeah.
my wavy hair.
Love you guys. I'm gonna go clean our rug. Peace and love.
Bye.
Thanks, Will Johnson, for listening. Bye.